Good evening, everybody. Welcome to PatFacts. Patrick here, Pat on your back, personal fitness. Hope everybody's having a great first week of April, and hopefully everyone enjoyed your Easter and had some time, like we talked about last week, to kind of recharge, regenerate a little bit, take some you time, but maybe take advantage of some of those holidays that we got, 1 or 2 days, depending where you work potentially, to do a little spring cleaning. We're going to follow up this week on last week's episode where we chatted about spring cleaning and a few different areas where you could spring clean. And we're going to do a little follow up on that. So if you missed it, feel free again to go back, check out last week's episode on spring cleaning. Again, we talked about a few different areas of our life. We could maybe spring clean a little bit to hopefully start new, maybe start fresh, or maybe help us get back on track or keep us on track. Working towards our goals for 2024. But one of the main things I suggested was to kind of write down your to-do list or look at your to-do list and look at those things that maybe you keep moving from one day to the next, from 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next. Those tasks on your to-do list that aren't so fun to do. Now, probably most of them aren't. But there's these little things or big things even, that we know if we get them done, we'll have more time to do other things. We'll have one less thing on our plate. And maybe it'll help other things get done as well. But for whatever reason, we keep putting them off. We don't really want to do them, and they're not as fun. It's tough to maybe find the energy to get them going. So what I challenged you to do last week was to look at that list and pick just one of those things and work on completing it. And the way we went through that was to take some time to use visualization. So we're practicing and building a skill that we're using when we talk about goal setting and working towards that big goal that we set back in October. We're going to use this now in this a little bit of a smaller scale to really try to fine tune that skill and get more efficient at it. So that again, when we go into our goal work, we have a little extra round of practice of that visualization. So I wanted you to take some time to visualize how you would feel once that goal was completed. That big goal, that big task that you just, again, maybe haven't wanted to do or been putting off. Think, how would you feel? What emotions would you feel? Maybe you get feedback from other people who are waiting for you to finish this task or this chore or this kind of big job to get done. How would you feel inside? What would you notice around you? How would your body feel? Try to incorporate all those senses into that, just like we do for our goals. And then what I wanted you to do is kind of take those feelings and try to apply that energy into completing a task. And then kind of compare, how did it actually feel when you got that big task done that maybe you've been putting off for weeks or months, that you finally get it done? What was the outcome? So if you're with us here on live tonight, or if you, as always, if you're with us on recording, let us know what was the big task you're going to take in and to accomplish, and how did it feel once you got that task completed. And again, if you need to, pop back, watch last week's, see the different areas that we talk about spring cleaning. Maybe that'll give you some reminders or some ideas. Or again, just think about those around the house or around work kind of jobs that you should be doing, but for whatever reason you do the other stuff first to try to make time or get things out of the way. Pick one of those things and just try to get them done. And again, visualize it, think about how it'll feel, think of all the senses being involved, and then compare that to when you actually get it done. How does it feel for you to have that one of those big to-dos off your list? Now you've got some more room. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the chats. Again, what was the task you took on, and how did it feel compared to how you visualize it, or how does it feel for you to get a big task accomplished that, again, you're probably dreading doing? That's why we keep putting it off. So nice to get it done and out of the way. For me, if you were here last weekend, my task was my filing. I had a big pile down back there, one of those little portable filing cabinets. I had some stuff there and receipts and different things in different places. So on the weekend, or actually on Monday night, I spread everything out on the living room floor, and I got some stuff sorted, things filed. Still a bit of work to do, not quite finished yet, but made a big dent into it. So actually, probably later this evening, we'll work on a bit more of that. But it was good. I realized I was missing some things that I needed, so I'm looking into following up and getting some documents that I needed to complete a few other tasks. So I'll be able to get a few things, extra things again off my to-do list, because I'll have the documents that I thought were in one section that weren't, or I'm missing some things, so I can get those looked after. I found some documents that I've been looking for to try to clarify a few things for me. And I get rid of a few things, some old papers and notices and things that I don't need anymore, things that don't really pertain to me. So I was able to clear up a little bit of clutter, sort some things. And again, I found some documents I've been looking for and realized some other ones I had thought I had and were looking for, I don't have, or they weren't in the safe place I thought they were. So now that sets me up to, again, follow up on some other tasks. And once I get the documents I'm looking for, then I can do some of these other tasks that are on my list. Now that I've found the documents that I do have and have been looking for, now I can follow up to clarify some information I've been looking to get into and clarify, to again try to get some more tasks off my plate. So it reminded me, again, I'm not completely finished yet because there was quite a bit of it, and I spent more time than I thought looking for the things that I don't seem to have. But I thought it would feel like a bit of a weight lifted off my shoulders when I visualized it and sat and tried to think of it. And I've tried to feel a sense of accomplishment and a job well done, to maybe provide a little bit of motivation or a feeling, a memory almost of that good feeling, to hopefully get me to continue on and be more consistent with it. So I have better track of where things are, and again, what I need to keep and what I don't can be kind of filtered through a little easier. So in completing what I have up till now, again, it has motivated me, because like I said, I found the next step, whether it was the documents I've been looking for or realizing I don't have some of the ones I need. Now I know the next step in some of those other tasks, those other to-dos that I have. I know some of these people I need to get a hold of. Some of these people I can take the documents and look for that clarification that I've been trying to figure out. So really, it gave me a little bit of a boost, a little bit of internal motivation. Like we talk about with our big goals, it created that momentum. The snowball, sorry for my language, started to roll down the hill. It's gaining momentum now because I know where I'm at. I know what I have. So I've created that momentum into getting extra tasks done. So just doing that one kind of big, well, not avoidable, but a task I've been avoiding and don't particularly look forward to, just even picking away at that one again, not finishing it completely yet, but just getting a good start of it and getting things organized and getting a good idea of things. That's now created that momentum for me to get multiple other tasks done on my to-do list as well, which again will clear more space off, give me maybe more kind of freedom, mental freedom, take away some stress, give me more focus when I am actually working on my goals, because I won't have all these things weighing on me of, well, where's that paper? I gotta find these. I gotta get this stuff done. I really set myself up on a forward path towards getting those little tasks and goals done, which again will help me build even more momentum, working towards my big goal for the year of 2024. So again, I didn't get the complete weight lifted off my shoulders that I have visualized, because again, there's still some more to do. But there's a bit of weight lifted. I feel a little lighter in doing so. And again, seeing where the filing's going, knowing once I finish it, I'll feel even lighter, because I can kind of see that light at the end of the tunnel that I need to work towards. And I feel motivated and have that momentum going in my favor, because I've set myself up to complete a few extra tasks just by doing this one big task. So you can see again how a lot of our systems and our tasks and things we need to do, things we should get to do and want to do, a lot of them are interconnected. We say that with our fitness goal. If we pick one fitness goal and work towards it, chances are it'll influence other goals that we have, our second and third goals, our fourth goals that we have maybe on our list, so that when we get to those goals, there's already some momentum based on our results of the first one. And I really, again, felt that by getting this filing started and a good chunk of it out of the way. I can see how task 2 and 3 and 4 have already either have a next step or have been started, and now I can create the next step because I know where I am and I know what I have and what I don't have. So again, love to hear from you guys about what your task was you completed, and again, how you felt after completing that task. Hopefully you took a bit of time afterwards to sit and reflect and appreciate what you did and the feeling of it. Because if we can take that good feeling, we can store that or remember that. Again, I'm trying to do that with my filing to remember that the next time filing is due, to remember that good feeling of accomplishment and getting things done and momentum. So again, the idea being I'll be less likely to put it off because I want to feel that feeling again. I want to feel that momentum and that energy and that sense of accomplishment again. So it'll help motivate me to do it and to stick with it and be more consistent with it. So whatever your task was, again, take some time to recognize yourself, acknowledge yourself for finishing that task that, again, maybe you've been putting off for quite a while. You did it. It's done. It's out of the way, or it's at least started. It's in progress. Acknowledge that. Celebrate that victory. Create that file that of that feeling or feel those feelings and store it away. So that, again, the next time it comes up or something similar comes up, you know what? I don't want to clean the gutters, but you know what? The last time when I did that, that big task, I cleaned out my closets to get rid of some old clothes. I felt really good. I felt accomplished, and it helped me get a few other things done around the house that day. So, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get the gutters cleaned up this weekend and see where that takes me. It's all about building positive experiences and momentum to help us get through some of those tasks, especially the ones that we really don't want to do, but we have to get them done. Good evening, Bonnie. Welcome in. Good to see you. It's just like, again, we talk about our goals, building little goals and systems to help us work towards that big goal. We celebrate the victories that we accomplish by working through our little steps and our small goals to the big goal. That creates those memories, that creates that momentum, that creates those feelings for us to know and to hopefully help us, keep us motivated and working towards our goals. And again, maybe share. Yeah, right, Bonnie? You're going to get written up being late so often. We're a little late getting on tonight too, so you probably didn't get the notification right away. What we want to do again is create that kind of memory bank of that feeling, and something like this where maybe put it out there and again let us know that big task you did and how you felt after you completed it. Then again, it's out there for others to see, and then maybe that becomes your support group or your accountability. Maybe you call a friend and tell them, here's what I'm going to do this weekend. Here's what I did. Here's how I felt. Can you try to keep this in mind the next time I try to put this off? Can you try to help me and be there for me to help me work through this? And maybe they'll remember how you said, oh, you felt so energetic and so motivated and so proud of yourself for the job well done. Don't you want those feelings again? And again, that'll help you stay on track and keep yourself going forward. So again, it was really such a burden because the burden gets bigger because the pile of filing grows bigger the more I put it off. But then also to have that feeling of accomplishment and that sense of pride in a job well done and some accomplishment. And again, being able to harness that energy and put it out there when I'm working towards my goal, kind of transfer it from there, from getting the task done to working on my goal. I can put that energy into that and have a different, little better outcome that way as well, and really keep myself in a routine and in a mindset of doing those little things that can add up. And again, realizing that one little thing can influence 2 or 3 others at the same time. So it sets yourself up for even more success. And the more success we can have, the better we feel, the more energy we have. We're more motivated to challenge ourselves and push ourselves to move forward. And that's what we want. We always want to be moving forward toward that goal that we've set for the end of this year to reach. And all these little steps and victories along the way will help us realize that. And then again, it's just one less thing on your plate. Filing's still there, but again, it's not the huge pile that it was. So it's not the big, almost intimidating task that it was last week. I've made a dent in it. I have the rest of my stuff sort of organized and ready to go. So now I can start with that. It won't be, it'll be kind of a downhill slope after this. It won't be as bothersome as it maybe was to get started. So again, and now when I'm done, again, it's off my list for a little bit. And now I can have more energy and more focus to either get some of those other tasks done that I now know where I am because I did some filing, or when I'm working on specifically on my goals or maybe planning out a PatFacts, I can be focused in that kind of mind space because I know some of those things have been taken care of. It's a little less on my plate. It's one less thing up here that I'm trying to figure out and juggle. And should I be doing this instead of that? And maybe I shouldn't go for that walk because I have these things to do. And no, I know I spent some time filing and organizing, getting ready. I have a time to complete some more of it. So now I can again restructure and block my time a little bit and know that I have a little bit of extra time to work on some different things and don't have so many things that I should be doing that keep me away from the things that I want and need to be doing to progress towards my goal. So I hope that was a good exercise for you as much as it was for me. Again, a nice reminder and a nice feeling of a bit of energy and some motivation. And again, just a not so negative look at filing. Some positives came out of it. So it was a nice reminder that way too. And again, hopefully the next time would be a little less of a gap between the next one. So what I'm going to try to do is look at a certain time, maybe every couple of weeks, once a month, depending on what I've got going on. I'm going to try to look as I'm filing, look at what's kind of coming in, what sorts of paperwork I have and paper trails, and then find a time and schedule it in to go through that filing. So it's a little more consistent. So I can plug away at it. Even if I don't always get it finished, if I can plug away at it, then there's a little less each time. And it's a little less daunting of a task the next time I work through it. So hopefully, again, with those spring cleaning tasks, you're able to go through and experience that for yourself and get some good momentum going and find maybe a system. Maybe you discover something that works for you that you can apply to something else, or maybe you found your system wasn't quite right. Maybe you need to update your filing system or your how you do some of your spring cleaning, or how you organize your cupboards, or how you look at your meal prep. We talked about some of those different options last week to really target with your spring cleaning. Maybe you learn that there's maybe little glitches in your system or little ways you can kind of fine tune and tweak them a bit to make them more efficient. Or maybe you need to scrap them all together and start with a new plan, a new routine. Like we talked about last week, there's not just one cut and dry way to do things. It's not just black and white. There's a multitude of different ways to do different tasks. And if you do some research online or read about it or talk to other people who have done it, you'll hear different opinions, different experiences that you can take. And then, like we like to here, we take them and mold them to what works best for you. And in the food prep, meal prep, maybe it's once a week, maybe it's a couple times a week. Maybe it's a Sunday and then a midweek kind of top up of your meal preps. Maybe it's everything on Sunday doesn't work for you. That's okay. We want to plan these out and even trial and error some of these to get a feel for them and know what works for us. And then again, if we have a system for our meal prep, we can kind of look at that and say, can I transfer some of this into my trying to drink more water every day, or trying to get out and walk more during the week, or working towards my big goal that I've set for the end of the year? Is there something from this I can learn about myself? And that's what we're trying to do, is get better and learn as much as we can about ourselves and what works for us, so that we can always apply it and hopefully minimize the stuff that doesn't work for us, so that again we can have high levels of success and continue to create more momentum to keep us rolling towards even more success. More momentum, more success, more momentum, more success. One kind of helps the other continue to roll that ball down the hill, keep that momentum going. So again, when we get to one goal, we're on to the next one. so we can kind of work through those different scenarios that way. So that's it for tonight, gang. Just a quick recap of again what I experienced from getting one of my tasks off my list, or mostly. Again, I got a little bit left to do, but just appreciating the feeling from getting done what I did. I'm looking forward to finishing it and getting everything organized and how I need it, and having that sense of accomplishment and that the rest of that weight come off my shoulders. So again, if you're just joining us, feel free to let us know from last week what your big task was that you kind of put off or had been putting off, that you chose to get done from last week to this week, and let us know how you felt once you completed that task. What are some of the feelings, emotions, sight, sounds, smells, tastes, whatever it was that you experienced, and was it similar to what you visualized it being? And how can you use this going forward into either completing more of those tasks that are on that list? Because that's the goal now. We did one. Now let's get the next one done. Let's get a few more of these things knocked off our list. Again, it's more taken off our plate, more energy, more focus for working on our goals, which is what we need. Less distractions as well, because it's quiets this, because we have less to think about and worry about because we've taken care of it. Now we can really focus on that goal and working towards it and making sure we get the outcome that we desire and deserve. So again, if you're recording, watching a recording, or if you're here live with us, love to hear from you, what your experiences were. That's it for tonight, gang. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here again next week, post-eclipse. Depending where you are, you might have an eclipse on Monday. So be careful of those eyes. Have your viewers or your ways to look at it safely, but enjoy the experience of it if you're fortunate enough to see it. And we'll see you back here next Wednesday for another great episode of PatFacts. Until then, stay safe. Remember, always make yourself the priority you deserve to be by striving to be operationally fit. Stay safe. Take care. We'll see you next week.